What can we do to stop the brutal killings of black men at the hands of the police? How do we effectively change something that has been ongoing for hundreds of years? One thing I can tell you is the worst mistake that we can do is to fight this battle using physical violence. If we allow this movement to become violent, then we have entered into their realm of comfortability and give them free rein to unleash all of their destructive power. Our blood will run red in the streets, and the rest of the world will watch, they will comment on, and they will depict photographically, but they will do nothing to intervene. We must use the weapons given to us by those who walk before us, like Brother Malcolm X, and like Brother Marcus Garvey, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who practiced the principles of nonviolence in the face of certain physical death. We too must choose the path of love. Now listen closely, for I am not talking about loving the police. What I am talking about is something that is much more radical. What I am talking about is loving your brother and loving your sister. I am talking about having such a personal love for your brother and your sister that the lives of your brother and your sister become precious. When we as black men collectively begin to value our own lives, now we have added intrinsic value to our lives. Now we have lifted our brothers from up out of the darkness and gifted him with new life. The world would have no choice but to notice, because the change would be groundbreaking. When the murder cease, the justification for a militarized police force disappears. When the murder cease, the influx of black men into the prison system ceases. When the murder cease, our children can have fathers again, and we can break the never-ending cycle of unwanted birth, fatherlessness through the formative years, poverty, crime, and death. When the murder cease, we can begin to reform our neighborhoods and transform them from places of pain and despair into new economic frontiers where we provide our own economic stimulus plans. We are on the horizon of a new era, when our sons would rather be husbands and fathers instead of pimps and drug dealers, where our daughters would rather have dignity and value their chastity instead of allowing the measure of their breasts or the curves of their hips to be their only defining factor. Instead of allowing the murders of our young men to fade quietly into the night, allow their deaths to give birth to a new brotherhood that will become the model to which all others on the face of the earth shall follow.